Man's Sky, and today we are going to be continuing where last we left off, and I believe we were supposed to be talking to exactly that, the portable distress signal. Portable? Is it actually portable? Possible. Yes, must learn to read quickly. Log damaged, partial record available. Records. Well, I guess it won't be as quick for me to learn to read. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter, colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscapes, were these messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long-forgotten ruin. Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Let's request a log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. Sorry about that. The anomaly comes to the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. I pulled the blueprint from the computer, but the hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of the size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. Of course, in this game, all the stars are aligning. There is a reason for that. For those that don't know, again, I will mention this, once more. I do not wish to spoil anything, so I shall not. Remember, move your technologies if possible so that they are not as easily broken by certain things. I guess we'll place the hyperdrive here. Now, of course, we have the chromatic metal for that, but we do not have the microprocessors, so we're going to need 4 more. Now, there's, of course, 2 ways to get them. One is to build them yourself. I believe we should have... Oh, no, we actually don't have the schematic for them yet. And the other is to buy them. Of course, you can find them out in chests, but they are rare. Another thing you can do while you're in the freighters early on, there are 3, if I recall correctly, the number is 3, of these cargo pods. Now, they have their uses. You could find goodies in them. You will have to dig them out. And, of course, remove the damaged panel. Because that is how they work. As soon as you access them, they will start, poisoning you or whatever. Radiationing you. Well, poisoning, yes. But you will get random things from them. And as you can see, we got 70,000 credits, which is actually... there it is. There's the radiation damage. Actually, that's from the... sorry, that's... Okay, for some reason, this keybind, I have to rebind every single time. Not entirely sure why. Now, I do want to actually get those buried technology modules as well. They're going to be very useful. There's 3 of them in... 4 in a relatively short distance. So, these cargo pods are always in the same location, if I recall correctly. They will require, a little bit of a... something. Yeah, we got 1 Starship launch fuel out of that. There's the radiation protection. And it is down. Because this planet is radioactive as well, our shields, our hazard protection is not going up. But yes, do be careful. They can mean a swift death. Hopefully not, though. I mean, if you're a little bit careful in general, you will not have many issues in this game. Okay, we didn't... What do we got? Oh, right, the jetpack. Okay, that's fine. 70,000. Now, we did have a couple of these. This is fine. We can take 1 more head of DNA. Actually, you know what? We won't. I bought enough ion batteries specifically for this reason. Now, we don't actually have, the exocraft geobays yet. We will get them, though, soon. They would have been very useful here in terms of searching for technology modules, because we will need a lot of them. The amount that you're going to need, of course, varies depending on what you want to get. But you will need over 100, for sure. Actually, way over that. But for now, I can only get these here. Oh, this is a nice looking plant. Oh, that's a mineral, isn't it? Oh, I don't even know what that is. Oh, it is a mineral. Yeah. Let's see what it is. Pure ferrite, which I can actually mine now since we got the advanced mining laser. So I'm going to get a little bit of pure ferrite out of that. Of course, I can get as much carbon as I want from these plants over here, which is lovely. Carbon is always necessary. It is one of those resources that you almost always need, and you need in relatively decent sized quantities, so I would suggest, you know, if possible. I believe I did scan these. Oh no, that was actually a different planet. We did scan on a planet that's fairy dust and uranium again, so you know, if you need starship launch fuel, uranium is your best friend. You know, if you can't make any launch fuel. Oh, yeah, this is the planet. This is our planet, right? Yeah, these are the ones we scanned. I believe they had uranium in them as well. I'm pretty sure we did scan them. Oh well. And nighttime. Oh, nice. Now the reason I'm not scanning creatures yet is because I don't need to. So one way to make money sort of passively, it's not a lot, but it is a decent amount early on, is to get S-class scanners. Now of course S-class scanners are not exactly easy to find, but if you can, they will boost the amount of money you get from scans. Oh, that's a cargo drop. No. This is why I am not scanning animals unless I really need to. I'm pretty sure we were just there, but oh, it's giving me. Oh no, we were not there. Okay, lovely. Dehydrogen, very important to me. Want to have a decent stockpile of it at all times. I'm pretty sure were we there? We might have been. Pretty sure it shouldn't show up once we've gotten the buried technology module, but yeah. And yeah, this is a different one. And we got 2. I actually didn't see how many we got from previous ones, but we have a total of 10, which should be enough for a solar panel, which is something that I do want. Now, I wanted to send this to the Starship, but we don't actually have the teleportation systems online on the Starship. So what did I get? Nanites. Always good, especially early on. Early on, nanites are rare. Later down the line, you can get thousands of them if you want to put in some time, of course. But for now, I really wanted to get these couple of technology modules over there, and then we shall go to our ship. Plus, it's always... I've actually missed this, you know, is what I wanted to say. Yeah, a little bit, you know, just the running around without having to fly around everywhere. That's not like I can't use the ship. I know where to get uranium now from certain resources. I know how to build starship launch fuel now. You know how to get it relatively cheap instead of buying it, since buying it is expensive, especially early on. While later down the line, not so much. But later down the line, you shouldn't need it that much. You know, there are ways to make your life a little bit easier. But this is still sort of enjoyable. And I've sort of missed it, just walking about. So it's that one that I need, isn't it? No, that's too far away. Is it that one? I guess I'll go for that one. That one is a little bit closer to the ship. And there's one over there as well, which I do want to mark. But first, let's actually go here. Let's see what these have in store for us. Yeah, we don't need the rusted metal because rusted metal turns into fairy dust. But anything else is usable. And let's go to the final 2 buried technology modules. One of these days I will, of course, have to farm some. Currently, not that big of a deal. Oh, we got a milestone. It's probably for walking again. Eventually we'll get all of them. Yeah, there it is, Drifter. Of course, this is a way to earn titles as well with the new update. Well, new-ish. It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? Still there. I have to admire the game sometimes. Like, you might think that you've walked a big distance, but you actually haven't. Again, another Gek Relic. I'm just going to leave the health. We don't really need it. You never know. Might need it in 2 minutes. Okay. Let's get them buried technology. Always open these, by the way, especially early on. Again, they can give you modules. They can give you S-class modules, yeah. But the likelihood is small. Like, you know, just getting a module is fine, in my opinion. No need to push your luck. Of course, never dig straight down. This is why I'm sort of going at an angle, even though it's slightly straight down. What is that? Let's actually see what that is. Oh, there's the other one I wanted to take. That's just pure ferrite. I mean, I'm saying that as though I don't need it, or won't need it, but I will. Thing is, we're going to need a lot of resources early on. Later down the line, not so much, because most of the resources can be bought, especially things like pure ferrite, ferrite dust, all those things can be bought from a trader, so... Oh, inventory. Really? Even the oxygen? Why do I doubt that? Do I really have no oxygen whatsoever? Well, that's fine. That's easy to... Yeah. I can just do these quickly. Of course, you can always sell these as well, but I'd rather just get the resources out of them and not keep them in my inventory. They are not as expensive as the things that I would prefer to sell to get money. Of course, if you don't want to build a farm early on, one way to actually make money is, you know, if you need money for a new ship or something, some people will just naturally accrue the money over time, and you know, they'll buy eventually the ship that they want. But if you really want to buy the ship, let's say in a couple of hours, or actually less even, you could go to a planet where they have bones, ancient bones, and those will generally sell for a decent amount. So, you know, that is an easy way to make a quick million or two if you really need it for your starting ship. You know, for your first ship, so to speak. You know, besides that one, because, you know, let's face it, that ship is a little bit too small. But we will be looking... Oh, look at the legs on that thing. We will be looking for, as I mentioned... Is that close spot? Yeah, it's not close spot. I'm not going to go there. How far away is our base? It's actually relatively close. Oh, hello. Oh, no. I was never supposed to be here, wasn't I? Yeah. This was supposed to probably be buried. But for some reason it is not. The game just decided it wouldn't bury it, I guess. I was speaking about... Oh, right. Ancient bones. That's an easy way to get a little bit of money. Let's go buy some microprocessors. Hopefully the individual at the space station this time around will want to talk to us. The person that sells the life support stuff. Now we have here just 4 more microprocessors. Absolutely fine with that. Okay, we can actually leave the Gek relics. I mean, I can gift them to a Gek to learn words and get reputation, or I can sell them for a little bit of money. Let's see that planet. Let's see what it has. Nope, doesn't have any bones on it. I actually did that strategy in the previous save, the one that we're currently not going to be, you know, playing anymore. Well, I'll try to play it at least for the weekend missions, and maybe from time to time, you know, play it by myself, but still, you know, it's oh, don't fall down. I forgot the jetpack is. I'm used to the modded jetpack. It's a little bit weird. Okay, and we need 4 more, we said. We're probably going to need more, of course, in the long run. I'm actually going to buy all of these. I shouldn't need wiring looms, I believe. Oxygen capsules. Yeah, there's only 4, so I won't bother. You can as well get resources from these if you really need them. Now, I probably will need some oxygen down the line, so I'm just going to buy out all of it and buy out all the sodium. There's some uranium here, but there's pure ferrite. It's just an easier way for me to buy it than to actually have to go out and farm it. Now, of course, we don't have the inventory space for all this stuff. But we're going to transfer these to the ship. I should actually have sold the Gek relics. Gather copper, why? Oh, that's for the hyperdrive, but I actually did have the amount of chromatic metal for this, so it should skip the mission. Otherwise, yes, it will direct you to actually go out, get 250 copper, because it is a 2-to-1 on basic copper. It is a 1-to-1 on activated copper. Well, please talk to me. Please. No, he's not going to talk to me anymore. Okay, so I can't buy anything from him. That's great. Now let's go and actually leave the Gek rocks. I won't need them. Salvage data. Actually, the salvage data could stay on the ship, I think. I do have some ammunition for some reason. Must have gotten from one of the chests. Oh well, that's fine. Won't really be needing it for a little bit. We can just use the mining beam for combat if absolutely necessary. Even though still, you know, we really shouldn't be getting into combat this early. Again, permadeath, I don't need the nitrogen, it's just going to take up space. Currently, it is all about inventory management and not jumping off from a very high place. So now it's going to ask us to jump, of course. And then we're going to receive a signal. Indeed. The plot thickens, as one would say. Auto-diagnostic reports. Hyperdrive successfully installed. Well, would you look at that. Hyperdrive fuel system's empty. Oh, right. We actually need to go back and make a fuel cell. Perhaps I really will find answers out there amidst the stars. But without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. I need to find a source of antimatter. So we're going to have to tune the scanner. This is something you will have to do only once. Afterwards, antimatter is craftable. This is just to introduce you to the, you know, the concept of fuel, basically. You know, antimatter target locked. There, that's where the signal is. Good thing it is on that planet. I suppose everything's going to be on that planet early on. Hello. We need maneuverability. Okay, let's actually get out of range of the space station so we can warp jump there. I actually even have some chromatic metal left over. Gonna just quickly recharge things while we're on the road. Always use silicon powder. Realistically, silicon powder is useful for glass, but it's better if you make a frostwort farm. And frostwort farms are not too difficult to set up. And early on you won't need too much glass anyway, and silicone powder is kind of easy to get. And we are landing. Too bad there's no free landing, but oh well. Can't win them all. Now I can actually get larval cores here for the low price of a little bit of a risk. And of course larval cores, keep in mind larval cores are the real usage is for the 15 nanites. I mean, let's face it, it is. Now there's several ways you can, oh hello, there's several ways you can actually safely get them. Okay, one of which is of course digging a hole and like sort of filling it up, because you should have the, oh right, you have the restore tool, not the fill tool. There is no fill tool in this game. You can dig a hole though and sort of hide. You can actually build structures as well here later down the line. Build a base computer like over here. Build a wall and just grab them if you really want to. But an easier way, that's the entrance. They will not pass the entrance. Just be careful not to be hit. And that's it. They will spit on you if you're like at the door. They do have a ranged attack, but that is about it. They will not enter here, and they cannot enter here. Let's see what we get from this. It's probably going to be, oh, hello, S-Class. Ooh, lucky. It's exactly what I want as well. Well, I prefer life support this early on, but you know what? I will not turn down a shield. Absolutely not. Now, technically I shouldn't have installed it because I don't have the room for it. I would have rather saved it for later, but I got a little bit overexcited there. Yeah. Now we're going to take all of this because this is nanites, and I will eventually transform it when the need arises. Terminal online, selecting key, decrypting. Success. The terminal is clogged with an unnerving pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Alright. You will find us when the time is right. Of course we will. And the number 16 on repeat. There's the blueprint for antimatter, and of course antimatter is relatively cheap. Now, to build a fuel cell, of course need antimatter and antimatter housing, which is cheap again. Once you've built these two, well, for the beginning, just build one. You can build them en masse later down the line. There's a warp cell. There's two ways to charge, as per usual. You could just drag and drop it here, or you can select what you want to charge, and it'll tell you what you can charge it with. One warp cell is 20% charge, which is one jump without upgrades. Do keep that in mind. One of these fuel cells is a full fill-up, which is going to be several jumps. Oh, right, there's always this here. And you can, of course, explore these buildings. There's a couple of things. Hey, we got microprocessors out of that. There's a couple of things if you really want them. There's a universal language database, terminal online, universal translation service reached, lifeform dictionary available, and you can just learn a word. Only the first line you have to go through. Only the first time you have to go through the text. Afterwards, it will never force you to go through that text again. So you can just go up to it and get it. There's another microprocessor. We're actually getting kind of lucky with them, but we really don't need them currently. We will eventually, but not now. The storm has subsided at this point. They normally don't stay for too long. And we are going to get another one. You have to grab them relatively quickly because they do vanish. Hopefully I have launch thrusters. There they are. And that's it. We got two of these, which is 100 nanites. Keep in mind, early on, 100 nanites is a lot. Later down the line, not so much. Not really worth the hassle. But for now, we're going to take every small amount we can as we are trying to build up. Now, the way you warp. You open up the galaxy map. Okay, right, it's X, but you can as well press M, even without, binding it. It is on M for the galaxy map. Now, of course, it asks us to go to the galactic core or whatever. But in the beginning, your ship can jump a very small amount, which you can see here. Hyperdrive range 101. That is the maximum jump range that this ship can do. Of course, that can be further enhanced with upgrades, with modules. Now, we cannot jump over there, but I believe... Oh, no, we can't. This is too far away. This is 132. We're just going to go here. I believe it doesn't really matter where we go this early on. We just need to jump to test out the warp drive so that the mission can actually continue. So that it can trigger the, the message that we're supposed to get. I believe we're going to get the message now. And afterwards, we can do this mission whenever we want because we'll be allowed to roam freely after this. If I recall correctly, of course. And there it is. Starship monitoring system reports hyperdrive error. Warp fuel depleted. Because we only made one warp cell. Searching for a fuel source. Searching. Obtained. Warp fuel source in, of course, 16. KLS. Accept guidance to fuel source. Now, I'm actually not entirely sure what happens if you decline. It might just let you continue on your merry way without actually doing the mission. Just give you whatever blueprint you have to get. But we're going to do it for the purpose of this Let's Play. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Of course, I have done all of this before several times. Now, they did actually change it, and I haven't actually... They did change something, to be more precise. Haven't actually done it since then. Well, I did sort of, but not all the mission. Like most of the mission, not all of it. But I believe they said it was a quality of life change. Now, I can install these. Actually, this one might be a good idea. The thing is, though, I don't have... we shouldn't have actually gone there first. Always go to the space station first to get the upgrade. Always. I forget because, again, I'm used to being fully upgraded and not bothering with that. Plus, it is a good thing to get to space stations. You can always teleport back to them if you know they're selling a certain S-Class module. Because keep in mind, after you relog or reload, let's say you load up your save, the merchants will have their stock refreshed. Now, I'm talking about the modules, not the actual trade terminals. Now, the trade terminals, as far as I understand it, are actually timed. So it takes a very long time for them to get new stock in. So if you buy out, let's say, the 30,000 ferrite dust they were selling, it's going to take them a little bit to actually build up that supply. But this is what I'm talking about. You can buy the exosuit upgrades here. They will increase in price, but they are very much worth it. Now, I'm actually going to get either cargo or technology. Oh, we don't have... It's $500,000 for the second one? Wait, why is it half a... Didn't it start at 5,000 and then 10,000? Oh, that's for the cargo, sorry. Yeah, that's for the cargo, yeah. Starts at, yeah, because we got the first cargo upgrade at, I believe, 100,000 or something like that. They do have different prices. I keep forgetting about that fact. Now, I actually need to talk to this individual over here. Let's purchase some upgrade modules. Now, I'm looking for these, which will help me. These and movement modules as well, preferably B class. I believe we have nothing to sell. Okay, so for example, this guy is selling radiation protection modules and toxic protection modules, which are S class. So later, oh wow, okay, he's selling a shield module. Okay, that's something I need as well. He's selling a bunch of S classes here, which I am definitely interested in picking up, and including this movement module here that is A class, of course, for the time being. For now, though, I would rather just get a C class, both shield and movement module, and we're going to just install them. So shield module. Preferably, you should attach them to the shields. They will get a bonus. Do we actually? Where are the shields? Oh, does it? Oh, I think it was next. It had to be installed to the hazard protection. No, they do get like a small benefit. Was it the life support? No. No, I guess it wasn't. I know the movement module is going to. Nope. Come on. The movement module is going to get a bonus from the jetpack. So the movement module is just going to increase our tank, our fuel efficiency, and our recharge rate. And of course, the higher the class, the higher the grade, the better off we're going to be. Now, we have none of these unlocked, and we really don't need starship upgrades, but we are looking for a decent multi-tool. Bigger than ours, not necessarily S-class, at least not yet. We just want to mount a decent weapon on it, which is going to be the scatter blaster. And that is going to be it. Now I'm just checking my inventory here quickly, just seeing if we need anything from the station. Not like we have a lot of money, but we will get there soon. Let's actually go and get the fuel source. There are going to be many things that we're going to need to do to actually, you know, feel safer. That is what I'm going to say, because at this point, we have only... I believe we're actually going to have an extra point of health now because of this, which increases the core health by 33%. Again, kind of a annoying thing that I've had is, at least when I bring up this menu, go to extra, it should show me my health and my shields. It doesn't. The only way for that to actually show up is if I actually go into combat, which is kind of annoying. I haven't actually found another way to show the health, how much health I have. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's just a little bit annoying, you know. Oh, hello, oxygen there. Come on, let me land somewhere. It's generating terrain now, probably, so it's not letting me land. There she be. Perfect landing. Almost actually landed on top of it. Look at that. Perfect. Missed it by an inch. Of course, around these monoliths, you will always have 3 of these, which, there it is, Visions of the Gek. Again, the first ones are always going to have some text. The stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. A vision begins to take shape. A small alien lifeform kneels before me. They are tired, beaten, without meeting my gaze. They offer up their hand. And we're going to accept the knowledge. The name Gek floats in my vision. An echo of the strange vision I just experienced. A word in this alien tongue is seared into my brain. Of course, we know absolutely... That was the first word we have learned from that alien language, which is, of course, the Gek. That is the second word, and there should be a third one. There it is. There's almost always 3. Actually, there's always 3. You can always get them there for free. I would suggest don't do like me and, you know, restart every couple of weeks, because every couple of weeks, it's been a while, but in general, the reason... This is like one of the reasons, well, several of the reasons why I was kind of debating about restarting, because there's several things which I think should be account bound, like the language. I mean, okay, the language, maybe it should be a choice. Would you like to transfer, you know, the language to your other, you know, save or whatever? And the Quicksilver should just be account wide. Now, the reason I'm saying this, you might be saying, oh no, it's probably a couple of words. Well, if you're starting off in No Man's Sky, you might think it's a couple of words, but each language has around 1,000 different words, which, yeah, you might not need to learn all of them, but it's kind of a nice thing to have. You will understand a lot more of what the aliens are telling you, and when you get to certain areas, like for example the not maintenance facilities, operation centers, and any facility really which has an alien language, you will be able to understand. Now, some of them of course have questions, and if you pick the wrong one, you don't get the reward. So, you know, knowing the language does help. Anyway, let's get on to reading. And when you spend, like, you know, let's say 100 hours searching for a language, it's kind of a little bit annoying that you have to start it over. The structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is so obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? It is... You know what? Let's go with friend. It feels strange, responding to questions I am unsure that I am being asked, but something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I am overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken, that something is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? It is last. It is not first. I do not know how I am being spoken to. The monolith is ancient, and I cannot escape the feeling it has asked these questions many times over. This is why I said it is last, because I believe we are the last. It'll be revealed with time. I don't want to spoil anything. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? It has done both. Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. A breach detected. Alert, alert. The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. We will. There is a warp cell. I believe we will... After this? I could be horribly wrong, though. Make your way into space. I believe we will be contacted as soon as we actually get to space. Again, I'm just going to quickly refill the drive here so I don't forget. Of course, you can drag and drop, or you can just go to your drive. You can as well do it from this menu, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Recharge, and just do it from this menu. As per usual. We're actually going to use some uranium here. Fill that up. But we're going to end things off here today. Now, I've been the Rampant Mystic. I do hope you enjoyed this episode of No Man's Sky, and I do hope to see you all in the next one.